should've known, man, I still go.
What's going on, Rebels? It's your boy Dforce here. We are with Teresa Soto, and we're just doing a little quick recap of the challenge, just seeing how everything is going on with our girl here, and just making sure that that we keep you on track, and hopefully some of you can relate to some of the things she's going through, and just our overall process in our challenge season. It's the beginning of the year, and we're here doing it. So it's been 2 weeks since we've been rocking and rolling. Yeah. And so in total, how much weight have you lost?
So the first week, it was 17 pounds. This week was 1, so in total 18 pounds. And I mentioned to you before, I kind of wanted to do like a weekly update. Like mentioned before, a lot of people are always like, how the hell do you do it? What are you doing? What are you not doing? Like a member commented, what kind of crack are you on? And just like stuff like that. So I just wanted to allow people to follow along week by week, see my progress, what I did do, what I didn't do, where I lacked, where I could have done better, or am I on point this week, So,
right.
With that being said, my first week, right?
Right.
So the first week, you always are going to see a huge drop, right? I'm a big girl. So obviously, the bigger you are, the more weight you have to lose. I'm also a beer drinker, right? So we all know beer is so bloating, such empty calories, that unnecessary empty calories, the worst thing you could drink, right?
Right.
So no more beer, right? I don't drink any more beer. Boom, 10 pounds. Mm-hmm. It's all water weight, right?
Yeah, that's right. I call it the junk weight, like the weight that. And a lot of it is a holiday. A lot of people, they're coming out from straight from October, from Halloween, just partying it up, to Thanksgiving, then the holiday season, and of course, usually, drop it all the way straight through, especially if you haven't been really active around those period.
Exactly.
So, and I call it junk weight.
Mm-hmm. So for me, I literally have been sick for the past 2 years. I tried to do the challenge last year. I have really bad asthma. I mean, just existing, I'm like, right? Like I can't laugh too hard. Otherwise I might end up on the floor from not being able to breathe. So I literally went from this past year, no working out, just eating whatever I wanted, all the beer I could handle. And, just there was no end to my desires of food and beer. Right. So now it's like my body's like, boom, like it's so different, right? I'm eating cleaner, I'm eating healthier, I'm drinking all my water. So literally 17 pounds it's like, it's a lot, right? But it's also because I'm not drinking beer, and I love cheese, right? I love cheese, and cheese and beer are basically like, they're encouraging each other to get bigger and bigger, right?
Right,
so
of course.
The minute I cut that out, it was like, whoop.
Yeah, and this is usually how it goes. So for some people that would see such a big number on the first week, for this let's say small percentage that might look at that and feel insecure about it, and might feel like, oh, what's going on here? Yeah, what type of crack are you? You
absolutely.
What would you say? What would be your message for those people?
So I have a couple of friends that are in this challenge with me, and some that are doing the challenge at home. Like I have my friend Sylvia, she's doing her stuff at home. She's a teacher. She has her own stuff going on in life, right? She doesn't have 100 pounds to lose like I do. I need to lose, technically 120 pounds is what I need to lose. So you can't compare your weight loss to my weight loss. I weigh, at the beginning of this, I'm not shy about my numbers. Obviously, people aren't blind. You can see what I look like. I weighed, I believe it was 298 pounds. I'm almost 300 pounds.
298, wow.
Okay. And I'm short. I'm like as wide as I am tall. Okay.
Yeah, I'm short.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm
so
taller
can
than
you imagine being 50 pounds heavier? Like you're going to look, right? So because I'm so big, I'm going to have big numbers. Just like I did in the previous challenge. I was over 300 pounds. I lost 90 pounds in 90 days. And why? Because I stuck to the plan. did my meal preps. I drank my water. I worked out. I work out at least 5 to 6 days a week. Mm-hmm. Before in the challenge, I did 7 days a week. I was living at the gym.
Right.
Right. This time around, I'm older. I'm not as heavy. I mean, yes, I'm big, but I'm trying to make this a lifestyle change. I'm trying to make it where I can do it all the time, not where it's just like this crazy challenge and I'm in it. And then once it's done, then what? I gain the weight back. You know, I don't want to live this crazy vicious cycle, right? I did the challenge the first time the right way. I kept the weight off, and then I met my man, and then, those were sad pounds.
Marriage weight.
The happy pounds, right?
I got it.
But then I also did the challenge in 2020 with the worst place ever. It was, like I say, like these scammy kind of places where they get you, and I killed myself. I literally was sick after my challenge. And now this time it's completely different, right? I'm doing the workouts, I'm eating the right foods, but I'm also allowing myself, I don't like to call them cheat days, because for me, like I've already experienced so much crappy things and just negative people, negative things, situations, however. And so now I don't call them cheat days. I call them reward days.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's what I would recommend for a lot of people is while they're here getting serious to help maintain that balance in this lifestyle change. Yes. So if it's, stop, not drinking beer anymore or sodas. And that's it for me. A lot of it's just sodas and junk food. Yeah, exactly. Sodas and junk food. That's what,
So like last week, right? I forget what it was I did, but either way, I allowed myself, because I wanted, in a sense, I'm kind of testing my body, because I want to know like what's my max, what can I have, what can't I have. So I cut out the beer, but I love pizza, right? So one day last week I had like little pizza. I had probably like 2-3 little slices. I still had my salad. But I had a beer instead of like 4 beers. I had a beer, so just little things like that. And at first I'm feeling, oh my God, I feel so bad. But then I'm like, I'm not going to weigh myself. So I didn't, right? I didn't weigh myself all week, because normally I'm like on the scale every single day. I'm like obsessive. So I just told myself, this isn't healthy. It's not normal for somebody to obsess like this, right? So, and with that being said, even going into this week, I already told myself, we are all women, like not all women, but like, it's that time of the month, and it's, we have that bloat, we get bloated. There's water gain because of our monthly occurrences, right? So this week I lost 1 pound. And then it was funny because I stepped on the scale. I was like, what? That's it? I worked my ass off. And, but then I was like, okay, wait, it's that. Duh, right? So, and I'm thinking like, shit, man, did I really because I did 2 days. My husband's home and I'm going to, I want to hang out and not worry about like counting. Well, not that I count calories anyway, but.
Yeah, you still want to live.
Yes,
you still
and
want
I'm
to live your life.
enjoying my life.
Right.
I'm not breaking my back to look at the scale and, whatever. So, but I know for this week, it'll be different, right? Like I'm going through my monthly, and this week I'm going to have another good week, because, I'm putting in the work and I'm doing all the stuff that I need to do. Right.
Do you think that if you weren't dropping numbers, that those cheat days or those happy meals would go away?
I think that
like if you went another week and you only lost 1 pound, and then in the next week you lost no pounds, would that change this mentality of
having like a reward day or something?
Having reward days?
I think I would be questioning what's happening, because if I'm only having these certain days, like I said, even if it's if it's 1 day or 2 days, even if it was just one, if I'm not seeing this number, or I don't even want to say I want to obsess about a number, because I could be 500 pounds, but if I'm 500 pounds and I can fit into my size 7 jeans, or be able to move my body, right? I wouldn't care about a number. What I care about is how I feel, So for me to lose and for you to lose are 2 different things, right? So like, that's kind of funny. So, I don't even know what to call it, like my fat person goal, or I don't even know what to call it. So basically,
I don't even want to put a name
I
into
know
that.
he's not allowed.
Yeah.
He doesn't get to say.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, so like I have like these physical goals, right? So you give yourself little markers to look forward to, right? So one of mine was okay, in the first week, I can't wait to wake up and not be tired. I can't wait to like be able to wake up and be able to jump up and get my day going. So last week I started the 4:45 classes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So me and Maria go to our 4:45 class, and then I do my meals, and then so finally I'm like, my ass is waking up at 3 a.m, and I don't even want to be up, and I'm like, oh shit, I guess it worked. I asked for it, you know.
Yeah.
I have all this energy, so instead of laying in bed, I'm like, okay, just get up. It's like more calories I'm burning because I'm getting up and starting my day already, right? So that was like one thing, and that was just like having the energy to do my workouts, to get through my days. And that was like one goal, right? So then the next one, and this is what I'm talking about, being a big girl. So like, you know, if you know, right? So when I put my shoes on, okay, as a big person, like if I'm putting my shoes on, I'm tying my shoes, my little bow is on the inside, right? Because I can't like, you know what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. So I was like, and so it's like always, my little bow is always on the inside of my, you know? So I was like,
I'm going to keep an eye out for that. I'm I'm just going to see it.
But this week I was putting on my shoes and I just like threw my little chunky leg up and I started tying my shoe and I'm like walking and I'm like,
I just tied my shoe.
Yeah, I just tied my shoe. Like it's in the middle where it's supposed to be. Like, you know, that's just like a little victory. Like, so I'm just like, okay, it's finally happening, right? Like I'm starting to move a little better, and you know,
your range of motion is improving.
Before, when I used to go up the stairs, I'm like, oh God, like that was a workout, man. You know, and I walk up and down those stairs all day. So, okay, even besides doing the classes, I'm walking up those damn stairs every day, right? So these legs never get a rest, okay? So, this week, I think like 3 days ago, I was like, I had to run up for something, and I literally ran up the stairs, and I was like, okay, watch out. Like that was like goals for me, just to be able to go up and down those damn stairs without feeling like I was about to pass out, you know?
Right on. Do you think the accountability measures that we're taking of like in our challenge group, we have a page, a private page within our private page of just the challengers, and we have Pete, the Iceman, a founder, managing everyone's weight. I mean, even my wife, my wife gained 2 pounds. Sorry, babe. My wife gained 2 pounds, and she had to tell him, like, she had to tell him, I'm afraid to tell Pete. And now he wants the picture of the scale. Like, he wants to physically see it. So it's got her all like, oh, it's and even me too. I'm not even in it. Yeah. But do you think all that is helpful?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That brother I just.
Yeah, no, okay, so like one of the girls that you know, I have 2 women that I constantly go with, so Yvette and Maria, right? So I'll come with Yvette and Maria and we'll do our stuff. And then I see the number, and then other people see their numbers, and I didn't even know that was going to happen, right? So then Yvette, she sees her numbers, and she's like, oh God, girl, like I don't even want to weigh myself this week. And I'm like, why? I'm like, this is our accountability. This is what makes it a challenge. This is what pushes us to try to do better, to try to get to where we want to be. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a challenge. Right? Yeah. And so she gets on the scale, and I think she lost like 4 pounds. And she's like, no way. And I was like, yes.
Yeah.
You know, so and like I said, my challenge isn't your challenge. I'm a big girl, right? So I'm going to lose big numbers. You know, but that shouldn't discourage her from continuing and, you know, side-eyeing me every time we do our weigh-ins. You know, it's just, like I said, even from the beginning, I'm doing this for me. I'm doing this so I can be fit, so I could be healthy, so I could be around for my grandkids, my great grandkids, you know?
Right.
And I even said, because Pete put out there, like, what do you
Right, I saw
want?
that.
Like, and so I said, I was like, I want to know that when I'm dead, that nobody had to wipe my butt for me. I want to be able to wipe my own
That's
butt till
pretty
the
good.
day I die.
Same here.
Right?
Same
So
here,
it's just a healthy life. That's it.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's great. So then, what is your going on to our week 3? We're going to start our week 3 here. What are you going to tweak anything? Are you going to, let's say, do less classes or add a class? Are you going to do different types of classes, like one of the many that we offer at the Rebel Fitness? And
so this week I'm going to add my body sculpting. I've been so lazy that I don't even do it for myself, right? I'm always like doing it on other people. So this week that's one thing I'm going to implement into my physical stuff going forward, which it doesn't make you lose weight. It's just, but to me, it's like a workout because I have to like do it to myself. So it's just the tightening and just more self-care, I guess, self-love, you know.
And if I remember, you're doing extra stuff too. You're hiking, right?
Yeah, Saturdays we have our little group. Last week we didn't, or this past Saturday we didn't. It was just, I was just beat. This whole week had me beat from doing all the classes. And
Right.
I mean, your class kicks my ass, and it's just, and
Sure does.
my arms haven't recovered. But
Nice.
so like today, I'm taking a rest day. I didn't work out. But this week, I'm thinking about just doing the full 6, just to like kick it up, because I know like my body was, you know, going through its business, but you know, it encourages me. So I am going to definitely step it up a little this week. So
That's great.
yeah, but I'm going to do it again next week. I hope to follow up again, and just so people could see that, you know, hard work pays off, and it doesn't matter what the number is. It's how was your week? How did you challenge yourself? Did you
Right.
eat the right thing this week? Did you drink enough water? Did you have your rest? Did you get enough sleep? You can take a day off. You don't have to go 2-3 times a day, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you don't have to go overboard either,
Recovery
yeah.
is just as important as the workout, right?
It sure is. Sure is.
So,
Get enough sleep, and staying hydrated. Drinking a lot of water. So okay, great. Well, we'll recap this. We'll come back and we'll hopefully this helps out others in their in your challenge. And I really appreciate Teresa Soto giving her time and her energy into this.
Can't wait to see what happens next week.
Awesome. We look forward to it.